Hey guys, so what do you guys have in your sewing room or craft room or your personal private space that makes you happy? This is my sewing room, and I'm going to take you on a tour of it today, and I'm hoping it's going to be short. Hey guys, it's Teresa Beaumont from 360 Handmade Bags, and welcome to my sewing room and my very happy place. And I want to take you on a tour because somebody asked in the comments that they wanted to see my sewing room. So just quickly, I have a few points down, or a few kind of items down here of what I would like my plans are for my channel. And if you guys would like to comment, first of all, please subscribe, share, comment, like this video. It goes a long way in the algorithms on YouTube and kind of maybe boost my channel up a little bit more. On the bottom right of your screen, so I'm not sure exactly where, but on the bottom right of your screen, you're going to see a little subscribe watermark button. So if you could click that and subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Also, there will be a bell beside the subscribe button, and make sure that you click the bell and you click all posts so that you don't just see the highlights, but you see all posts coming in from my channel. So anyhow, welcome again to the 360 Handmade Bags sewing room. These are some ideas that I have for the channel. If you have ideas, please comment below with what you would like to see me do on the channel. So of course, the first one is the sewing room tour. The next one is sewing machine rabbit hole. I went down a few sewing machine rabbit holes to find the sewing machines that would work for me in bag making. Also, I want to go through pattern processing from when I print out purchase a PDF pattern, print it out, and then what I do with it. Sorry guys, come here. All right, sorry, but this guy, this is Murphy. You're going to see him quite a bit. You'll also probably see Frankie, my tortie cat, who thinks this is her room. Anyhow, this is Murphy. You're going to see him quite a bit, and he's going to be bugging a bit. So you get down. Don't you knock my tripod. All right. So I want to go into from when I purchase a PDF sewing pattern to how I process it. I've also been asked about the embroidered maple leaves that I have on the front of my bag. So I'm going to do a video on how I do those. Handmade costs for your products. Like, I get a lot of people saying, oh, I didn't expect to have to pay that much for a bag that you just made. You know, why do people think that? So I want to kind of delve into that a little bit more. And then I want to go into like a basic zipper pouch tutorial for starters, because a basic zipper pouch, which is just a zipper, two sides and the inside, is kind of the basis, in my opinion. It's the basis for bag making. So I'm going to start small. I want to start with all the sequences of what I do, my bag making, you know, and anyhow, and then we'll start. That'll be one of my first tutorials. She also asked how I sold my products before the website. Well, the website, I've only had 3 orders since I launched it 2 weeks ago. I do vendor shows or vendor markets or spring markets or whatever you call them. I do them I start in the spring. Because people want to get out of the house from I'm in Canada, so, you know, we want to get out of the house when it's after the winter and start getting out and about. So I do kind of spring, early summer markets, vendor shows, and then I do fall and Christmas market shows. Still, the question again is, people do not want to spend the money that I charge for my handmade bags, because they figure they can go, that it's like a garage sale, like a craft show. They figure that they can go and spend 20 bucks on a bag just like they can at Walmart or Giant Tiger or wherever. But those are mass produced, and they're mass produced offshore. They're not handmade. And handmade is significantly different than buying some cheap knockoff at a big box store. I also have a list of Canadian suppliers, because I was also asked about that. So Canadian suppliers for all of my supplies, and I may list them in the comments. I have to think about how I'm going to process that. But and also, this is kind of not sewing related, but it's kind of, I'm sure a lot of women my age, 65, postmenopausal, who have gained a bazillion pounds of weight over the years, our weight loss or weight gain journey it's personal, but it's also very real. And I used to be that type of person who was, I'm 5'7". I was also always skinny as a kid. Sorry, excuse me. I remember on the Partridge Family, when we were kids watching the Partridge Family, Keith Partridge said to Laurie Partridge, if you stand sideways, you're so skinny. If you stand sideways and stick your tongue out, you'll look like a zipper. And I always remember that because I was so skinny and, you know, bullied because I was skinny and hadn't developed and whatever. But now I'm way overdeveloped now. When I turned 40, all of a sudden the weight attacked me. I always wore glasses since I was 11 for distance. And then all of a sudden when I was 40, I need trifocals. So if you see me like this, it's because I can't see properly unless I see out of the bottom part of my trifocal. So weight gain for postmenopausal women or even over 40 is very real, and it's very embarrassing, and people don't recognize who I am compared to what they remember me as. And so that's kind of hard as well. I have some other things. I also did watercolor paintings in the past, and I want to get back into that. So I want to do some really quick little tutorials, because my plan is that as I get an order, I want to have some quick little watercolor cards, thank you cards made, so that I can add those to the orders when I ship them out, and some other stuff. So I've got also, like I said, so please click the little button down on the right hand corner to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That's a little watermark that'll be at all of my videos. At the end of my videos, I will have linked to each video some of my other videos, so that you can click right into those and go directly to those, and if you haven't seen them already. But right now I have 2 out. One just posted last night. It was my basic sewing tools, and it didn't turn out to be basic, but anyhow, it's my sewing tools. Also check out my website, which is www.360handmadebags.com, all lowercase. Join my 360 Handmade Bags Facebook group. So if you go into Facebook and just search, click the little magnifying glass, the search icon, and just search 360 Handmade Bags, then you'll see my Facebook group, and click on that and join, because I do a lot of Facebook Lives as well, and a lot of posts, and that's where I may post the links for the Canadian vendors as I know them at the moment. And I stick to a few. Sam Fabric Creations is amazing for faux leathers and vinyls and waterproof canvases and thread and all of that stuff. And she's located, that's Louise Villeneuve, and she's located in Quebec. I can't remember where in Quebec. And EMMALINE Bags is big that I order from, and she's in Alberta. I do order a lot from Amazon. I get all my hardware from WAWAK.ca. However, they ship from New York. But I haven't ordered for a while, so I haven't seen any tariffs or whatever, but they have the best prices for hardware, unless you go to Alibaba or Temu. And but those prices are going up too because of tariffs. So anyhow, and of course my YouTube channel, subscribe. So let's get this tour on the road. I'm going to try and keep it short. This is the second time I filmed this video, and I deleted the other one because it was an hour long, and nobody wants to sit for an hour and look at a sewing room. Okay guys, stay with me, and I'll get into the tour. And we're back. Okay guys, this is just the hallway. I do live in a modular home, or prefab home or whatever you want to call it. These are just some of the bags that I have on display. I use a Dollar Tree or Dollarama over the door towel rack to hang all my bags. So that is just the door going into my sewing room, and as you can see, it's nice and bright and very calming. I have a nice bluey green paint. Anyhow, I'm not going to go into super detail. I just want to show you what my room is like. So yeah, there's Murphy. Frankie's probably going to come by and they're going to start play fighting because I'm like on the phone sort of thing. So this is the corner. I have a corner built-in unit. I have all my cottons in these two drawers. I'm super anal organized, and these were all lined up and folded, but I'm in and out of them so often I just never get a chance. And then I have cotton canvases in here. Of course, my printer. This is a gorgeous watercolor painting that a close friend of mine, Cinder, I sang with the Sweet Adelines, and we were in a quartet called Own Accord. If you notice, I'm wearing the golf shirt that we wore for Own Accord, and Cinder was our baritone. I sang lead, and she passed away from kidney failure a few years back. And she left me this beautiful watercolor painting, and it goes amazingly beautiful with my room. So here we go. I have not a lot of walls, but I have a wall of windows. This is my Jack sewing industrial walking foot sewing machine, and I got this off of Facebook Marketplace back on New Year's, and it had to be specific. It's only 24 inches deep by 47 inches wide, and it had to be on wheels because this machine weighs a ton, and I needed to be able to move it. All pieces of furniture in my room, because it's only about 9 by 9 or a 10 by 10 space, had to be movable because I'm constantly reorganizing. Oh, and I forgot to mention that down at the bottom here, underneath the table, fits perfectly, is a Walmart shoe rack that I have my threads for my industrial machine. I have my stabilizers for the embroidery machine. And then down below is a Brother Scan & Cut 350 cm. If anybody's interested in it, I purchased it and I thought I would use it, and I don't. And if anybody's interested, I do have it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. So if you're in the Wasaga Beach area, Ontario, let me know. This is the best little gizmo. I should have had this on my tools video. This is a Voom. I got it off of Amazon because I do a lot of shopping on Amazon for the bag making. This is a great little thing when you want to pick up your thread pieces, which I have a lot of because I can't hit the garbage can for whatever reason. And it's just a great little floor sweeper. It's rechargeable. So that's my Jack industrial walking foot. I will get into more depth as far as the each of my machines when I get down the rabbit hole of machines. I have everything with my machine, everything in this area, I have all connected to this power bar. So when I turn the power bar on, it turns on my machine and it turns on the light, because this machine doesn't come with a light like most sewing machines do. So everything's turned on automatically, and with my iron, all I do is click this button and it turns the iron on. And then I click that button and it turns it off. When I turn this main power switch off on the power bar, everything shuts off. This is my ironing station on top of those Walmart Stair-Right 3-drawer things. Those are the best things. They're cheap and they hold a lot, and I use them a lot. So that's one of the first ones. I'm anal and I like everything color coordinated, and everything in here is white to keep it bright in here, but this is one of the first ones I got, so it's pretty old. So I keep this cutting mat on top of my wool ironing mat, and it's a 24 by 36 size, only because Frankie, who thinks this is her room, likes to lay on the wool iron mat, dig her claws in and scratch the daylights out of it, and then roll all over it and get her fur on it. So I keep this cutting mat on it. So I also use this as a little desk area, and she likes to get on it. So in keeping with Frankie, I moved my iron filing cabinet over here, put a bath mat on top, and she can look out the window to her heart's desire and just curl up there, because I get a lot of sun here in the afternoon. It just gets too hot to work in here. Even though our house is covered by age-old, very, very tall maple leaves or maple trees, and we rarely have our air conditioning on in the summertime unless it's super hot. Anyhow, this is Frankie's spot, and of course I've got my computer here, which timed out, and I always have my logo up here. It's not working. I can't get the mouse to work. Oh, good grief, this mouse doesn't want to work today. There we go. Okay. There we go. There's my logo. All right, so this is my work area. You would have seen this in the video that just posted last night for all my basic tools. So this is, you know, as I said, we're in a modular home. This cabinetry, it was all oak and I painted it white. This was a bedroom, so this is like any kind of trailer home where this whole area is where the bed would have sat underneath the cabinetry. So anyhow, all the cabinets, I've got all my patterns stored up here and some other junk. All my hoops for my embroidery are hanging off of the Dollar Tree over the door towel racks. Easy, cheap too. And then of course all my display stuff. My retirement motto, every day is Saturday, because it is. I was an elementary school secretary for 30 years and a secretary down in Toronto for 10 years prior to that. So yeah, I've earned it. I've earned to be retired. And of course there is my brother, my new to me, that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. My brother embroidery sewing machine and all of the components it comes with. This is the embroidery arm for it, and then the long desk extension arm. And I showed you in the video last night how this table works. It is electric and it's height adjustable. And I don't want to spill my coffee, which I just did. Oh my God. Anyhow, it's height adjustable. So this IKEA desk I got on Facebook Marketplace during COVID, $50. And under here, of course, I have more of those Stearite storage containers. I've got all my interfacing and foam in there, as well as some other stuff stored here. This under here, underneath the pillowcase cover, it's hard to see, but that's my vintage Kenmore. I bought that at a garage sale for $50, and I bought that about two or so years ago. That's what I used predominantly to make all my bags before I got Jack, my industrial sewing machine. So this is an amazing sewing machine, and I'll talk more about that after. So under here again, more of those Stearite containers. They're easy to move around. They fit everywhere. You can store a lot in them. Not organized, but it used to be all my webbing in here and all of my zipper tape in here and some other stuff. I want to show you this gorgeous thread that I have stored in here. It's Tech 70 for industrial machines. This is all from Sam Fabric Creations in Quebec. This is gorgeous, gorgeous thread. So I wanted to keep giving her a shout out as well, my shredder. And okay, all right, so I had mentioned about one of the topics I want to talk about is weight loss. Well, this is why I want to talk about weight loss, because I used to be very slim. I used to be very, you know, I always was dressed to the nines. Makeup was always perfect, you know, and now I'm not. And I'm dealing with a massive hernia right here, and I can't get surgery on it until I lose 20 or 30 pounds, which I had to laugh at the surgeon about, because if I could have lost 20 or 30 pounds, I would have lost it by now. Anyhow, so, and then in this corner, that's my granddaughter's picture that we bought for $5 at a garage sale. And it's all about color, because I love colors, you can see, with my thread and her picture. And the puzzle I made of my favorite Indigenous artist, Betty Albert, who's Canadian. And I taped the back of that puzzle. It's called Sacred Spaces, and stuck it on the door of our electrical panel with alien tape. Alien tape's your best friend, let me tell you. My monkey Cheeky when I was a kid, and I just have to get in here, move my chair. Sorry. I have some projects on the go here. I have the Raina sling from LEN'S Handmade all ready to cut out. She's just given me permission to do tutorials on her patterns. All the pattern designers I've contacted, they've all graciously given me permission to do their patterns as tutorials. That's the orange thread from Sam Fabric Creations that I'm going to be using on the Raina sling. This is where I store now all of my hardware. So I have it organized, of course. AB is antique brass, antique gold, GM is gunmetal, and I have it all organized like by D-rings. So I have D-rings. I get all my hardware at this moment at WAWAK, so wawak.ca. You can get it, you can buy it in bulk, because you can buy now, maybe it's more, you can get 25 at a time. And I found that that's the cheapest place I have found to get hardware for bag making, and their quality is great. Like, look at this. I love this type of a glide for a 1-inch strap. Isn't that beautiful? Their quality is really, really good. A lot of this, your bag makers, the US is very, very lucky because they have so many vendors in the US, and unfortunately in Canada, it's a hit and miss to figure out who has the right hardware and vinyls and faux leathers and all of that. The US is very, very lucky that they have so many vendors down there that they can purchase from. Unfortunately, it's just too expensive to purchase on a US website and then have it shipped up to Canada, because just the currency exchange rate is, you know, if you spend $100 US, it's $150 Canadian. Plus the shipping, plus the duty at the door, which is unbelievable. I've paid $75 for a simple plain old order, maybe 2 yards of a fabric, and that's outrageous. But anyhow, my flowers, I just had to show you this. I got this from EMMALINE bags, this little, it's supposed to be like a scissor and ruler holder, but it's a thimble. Isn't that cute? So I just keep my flowers in there. So anyhow, move my chair. And then this is my wall of embroidery thread that actually came with my embroidery machines, with those wooden stands that I have on my wall. So that's it, guys. I'm just going to flip the camera. All right. So thanks so much for joining me on this sewing room journey. And like I said, click the button on the bottom right of your screen to subscribe if you haven't done already. Go into the main screen of this video, click the thumbs up like. Please share my channel, comment, and I'm just so thankful that you guys are here along this journey with me. And it's exciting. Yes, there are mistakes that I am making, and I'm learning as I go. And I'm sure there are going to be more things that I'm going to figure out as I go. I usually learn by doing, and I wing it and learn by my mistakes. And what the heck? You know, come along on this journey with me and have fun too. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.